To buy Madden 22 coins for the 100% cheapest price on the internet with quick delivery, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Salsa family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 22 video on the channel, and in today's video we're going to be showcasing a method to get 95 overall Super Bowl players for net 0 coins. Hey yo, if I catch this in my mouth, you gotta sub. Don't play with me, bro. Now, like I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by myself showing off my absolutely exquisite hidden talents. What we're going to be doing in the video is we're going to be talking about getting Super Bowl 95 overall players for net 0 coins. Now, when I say net 0 coins, what I mean is after you guys do the entire method, you're going to have the same amount of coins that you started with, and you're going to have a 95 overall player for free. Now, that doesn't mean that this requires 0 coins. It is going to take you coins up front. I want to say that at the start of the video, before we get too deep into this method, it is going to take you coins to start with this. So if you guys have a decent amount of coins, you're going to be able to do this. You can get as many of these 95s as you want, but if you are very low on coins, you might not be able to do this method. Now, without further ado, let's get after it, fellas, and let's get into today's video. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking advantage of these 95 overall master sets that spit out the 95s in return after you guys complete them. So basically, the way this method works is we're going to go ahead, we're going to scoop up some 95 overall players, we're going to do this set, we're going to sell off our Ronnie lot, we're going to get back 3 95s as Nats. As you guys can see, you get 3 95 overall players back as end cats. What you're going to do is you're going to quick sell 2 of those players. We're going to actually buy a bit of training. We're going to open up a very specific pack in the store, and after all is said and done, we'll make back the coins that we spent, and we'll be left over with a 95 overall player for free. Now, that might have made absolutely 0 sense, so let's get into the numbers. Let's get into actually showing off this method. It's going to make a lot more sense as I go through every single step, and to start with, as you guys can see, you gotta get some 95 overall players because we're actually going to be completing this set for step number 1. Now, to knock out the Larry Fitzgerald or the Ronnie Lott set, what you're going to need is a total of 3 95 overall players. Go to your auction block, go to the quality 94 to 95, filter it down by the program Super Bowl, and the price you're looking for is a 110k or less for these 95s. Now, that can definitely seem like a tough number to snipe at, but as you guys will see right here, as I refresh on this filter for, let's say, like the next minute live on video, there are so many players that are getting posted up. All it takes is 3 players getting posted up at about 110k or less, and you're going to be fine. As you guys will see right here, I will take Linval at 112. It's not the perfect deal, but 112 is going to work. I'm kind of hoping that I get some cards at around 110, 112, maybe like 105, so that after all is said and done, you're spending roughly 330k to knock the set out. So really all I'm doing right here is I'm simply refreshing on this filter. There's going to be a fair bit of activity. Every single refresh, it feels like there's at least like 2 to 3 new cards getting posted up. Again, all I'm looking for is people posting their card up for around 110, and when I see 3 cards at 110, I'm buying all of them. I'm spending about 330k on this set, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to have all the players that are needed to do the 97, and then we'll get into the probably more fun part of the method. And I'm assuming you guys probably don't just want to watch me snipe on this filter. What I'm going to do is I'll cut to when I've already bought these 3 players. We got one of them already at a decent price, so all we got to do is get 2 more. I'll see you guys then. Bang! Bang! There we go! Marshawn at 86k. This method is going to work majestically. I'm going to assume that we didn't get that snipe when I'm looking at these numbers, but fellas, that is wonderful. That was actually my first refresh after I said I'll see you guys. Okay, step number 2, before we get too excited and we do one of the sets, what I'm going to get you guys to do is I want you guys to go on over to your auction block, so stay in the block right here, and filter it down by Ronnie Lott as well as Larry Fitzgerald in the search bar. So for Larry Fitzgerald, as you guys can see, the power-up's up for like 21k, the player's up for like 290k. That's about 310k after tax, which is insane. As you guys remember, all we did is we spent 330k to start this off, so getting 310 off of the player is insane because we're basically going to be in for 20k, and we're going to have a ton of training that we're getting for free. The other guy that you got to look at, of course, is Ronnie Lott. I'm thinking Larry Fitzgerald is probably going to be better because of the fact that the power-up is selling for a lot of coins. Ronnie Lott did get a card earlier in Madden 22, so the power-up isn't selling for a ton. As you guys will see, the power-up's only like 3k, and the full card is selling for basically the same price at around 300k. So we're going to do Larry Fitzgerald. We're getting about 310k from the card. Now, that, of course, is going to be before tax. I'll tell you guys the after-tax value in just a second. But the most important part about step number 2 is you guys are finding out who is more expensive for their power-up and player combined. Larry Fitzgerald right here is 100% going to be more expensive. What I'm going to do is I'm throwing these 3 95 overall players in the set, Marshawn Lynch, Linval Joseph, and Linval Joseph. Now, again, let's say we spent 330k. I'm very confident I just spent less than 330 because I got Marshawn at such a good deal. But if you guys are getting these snipes at just like an average rate is about 110k 110k per player. It's not going to be hard to get those snipes at 110k per player. Let's say you just drop 330k on the set. Now what you're going to do is you're going to select Fitzgerald, you're going to select his power up, and these two players are instantly getting sold. Now in round number 2, what I want you to do is select 2 random players and select the player that you want to keep. As you guys will see, there's some decent options. There's Marshawn Lynch, there's Devin White, Zach Ertz, Malik Jackson, Matt Ryan, Tyrann Mathieu, David Andrews, and Linval Joseph. So the first 2 players that I'm not really overly concerned with keeping on the team are Marshawn Lynch and Devin White. Those 2 players I don't need. So what you guys can do is select 2 players that you don't want. Now for selection number 3, select a card that you want. Now the player that I'm going to pick up is going to be David Andrews. I'll take a free 95 overall center by doing this method. No complaints whatsoever. That's the free card we're going to keep. Okay, so now that you guys have these 5 players, what you're going to do is you're going to start to sell off your cards. So the 97 and the 85 are going to get sold off. We're going to do that right here. So for selling off the cards, we're going to be getting roughly 320k before tax, about 300k for this player, about 20k for the power up. That's going to be 320k combined. And then remember guys, you do have to pay a 10% auction tax. So what that's going to mean is you're losing roughly 30k. So from 320k, we'll subtract 30. That's going to bring us down to 290. And 290k is basically the net amount of coins that you just got for selling off these 2 cards. Okay, so now that we've done that, all we got to do is make back roughly 40k from these 2 players right here. Now on the 2 filler 95 overall players that you're not looking to keep on your team, you can't put them into sets. All you can do is you can quicksell them for training, and when you quicksell these cards, what you're going to do is you're going to get 13k training. So basically all we got to do is we now got to turn this 13k training into about 40k coins to make sure we break even, and that's going to leave us with the David Andrews for free. Because remember guys, we drop 330k, we sell off Fitzgerald, we sell off the power up, that makes us back 290. All we got to do is we got to make back about 40,000 coins to get back to our starting point of 330, and we're going to be left over with David Andrews for free. Don't touch the 95 that you want to keep. Just keep him in your binder. You can put him on your team after you do the method, and as you guys will see, our first Larry Fitzgerald card is already sold. So we have this David Andrews, we have 13k training. And now what we're actually going to do is we're going to buy just a tiny bit more training, because what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to do one of the Rising Star rerolls in the store, and to do the Rising Star reroll, you got to get up to a total of 17k training. Remember, we only got 13k training. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead in here and we're going to buy a 90 overall player at roughly 20,000 coins to give us, I want to say, 5,000 more training points. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring you up from 13k training all the way up to 18k training, and that's going to then allow you guys to be able to go ahead and scoop up one of the Rising Star packs, sell off that player, and ideally be left over with the same amount of coins you started with. Now in order to get a 90 at a very nice deal, what I want you to do is go down by 90 to 91, go down by Super Bowl past, and filter it down by any of these positions. So right tackle, right guard, center, corner, it's not really going to make a difference. We'll take a look at right tackle right here. All I'm looking for is about like 25k or less. We'll take a look at center, we'll take a look at corner, and again, that price point we're looking for is about 25k. We'll take 23k for Rashad Breeland. This is going to add on a little bit more coins to our investment, but then again, it's also going to allow us to go ahead and open up the Rising Star pack. And at this point, fellas, our total investment is around 40k plus 20k. Remember the 40,000 coins? That's the difference between the 330 and the 290 we got in return for selling Larry Fitzgerald. That's about 40 right there. Then we have 20k as well in training points that we just bought on that player, and what that's going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to open up this pack right here. So basically the goal right here when you open this pack up is you're trying to get back 60k coins or more. Now as we take a look at the markets, 92 overall Rising Star players, they're selling for roughly 55k. So worst case scenario, you get a 92 overall player, you're down 5k when all is said and done. That's the worst case scenario. You're down 5k. You basically just got a 95 overall player for 5,000 coins. If you get a 93, you're actually going to be making coins because those cards are selling for, I want to say, maybe like 65 to 70k. If you get a 94, if you get a 95, you're actually going to be profiting and getting a 95 overall player for free. And if you pull 92 overall Justin Jefferson, just celebrate. That card is selling right now for a ridiculous amount of coins. So what we're going to do is we're opening this pack up right here. Again, this pack basically wants to make us at least 60k coins. If we get back like 60k off of this pack, I'm going to be super satisfied. As you guys can see, we pull a 95 overall Christian Fulton. That's just lucky right there, fellas. That's just lucky right there. Basically what just happened is I now have made coins and I've been able to go ahead and get a 95 overall player for free. Again, this isn't going to happen every single time. You're usually not going to get this lucky and pull a Christian Fulton. That was just super lucky right there, but majority of the time, you get a 92. You sell off the card for 55k. That's fine. You're going to be able to go ahead and basically make back all your coins. You get a 93. You make a bit of profit. So it really doesn't matter what card you end up pulling. At the end of the day, you're left over with a 95 overall player for free. This, in my opinion, is one of the better methods I posted on the channel this entire year. It's super quick. It takes you like 10 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and do this one more time. Now, I'm not going to do it on camera, but I do just want to go ahead and pick up like Devin White for overall purposes. I might go ahead and pick up like the tight end as well, just for the sake of having like a better backup tight end, because you know what? Why not? We can really do this as many times as we want. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed enjoyed today's video, I would strongly recommend y'all check out Underdog. If you made it to this point in the video, click the link in the description, use code SWIFT, and be sure you are subbed to the channel if you do not want to miss out on more methods like this. I post these at least like once a week, a method this good. So hit that sub button so you don't miss out. Leave a like down below if this helped y'all out, and until next time, fellas, I'm out. Peace.